Welcome back. In this video, I will show you how we can extract header parameters and also query parameters. In previous session, we have developed a flow called update COVID case, which expects a XML payload over the request. Let me go and make a request. Request came. If we look at attributes, by default, we are getting few headers. Then how we can extract these headers? Suppose I would like to extract content type from the header. So to get it, copy it and go to expression builder. To get headers, the DWL selector expression is attributes dot headers dot single quotes. Under that we should keep the key. Why I am keeping the single quotes? Because whenever there are special characters in a field, we should surround that with single quotes. Say evaluate, we can see we would able to extract the value. For suppose, if we are sending any header over the request, go to headers and send some header as x hyphen correlation ID as some value. Send. If we look at attributes under headers, we can also see the correlation ID came. Let's copy it. Go to expression builder. Say attributes dot headers dot under single quotes we should give the key. Click on evaluate. So this is how we extract header parameters from Mule event. Now let's understand how we can extract query parameters and how query parameters looks like. As part of our case study, the next REST service we are going to implement is get COVID services, and here the URL is going to be get based URL, and this is how the URL looks like. For this we are going to send the query parameters. Always the query parameters starts with question mark after the URL as key equal to value pair. Let's do the same. Let me add one more configuration file here as get COVID reports. Say finish. Drag and drop a HTTP listener connector. We are going to use same listener configuration that we created in earlier session. Give path as v1/cases and the method is going to be a get based method. Save. Let me add a logger. Since we are going to send query parameters, we can directly print the query parameter. The query parameter we are going to send is state. So let's click on fx and we should able to get a query parameter using DataView expression, that is attributes dot. We can see the AutoSense is helping here. What are all the objects available from these attributes? If I scroll down, we can see query params and URI params. Let's choose query params dot, and the parameter we are going to get is state. So we should use the key under this query parameter. The key is state and the value is Texas. Let's save it and let me debug the application. Let me add a breakpoint here. Let me prepare the request meanwhile. So the URL is going to be same, but it is going to be a get method, and we are going to send a parameter as state. So let me send it as Texas. The application is still deploying. The application has deployed. Let me clear the console and make the request. And if we look at attributes, we have query parameters with the state as Texas. So to access it, we know, right, we should write attributes dot query params dot key. The key is state evaluate. We can see the value. If I say next, it will print the value of state. This looks good. Then how we can send multiple parameters? So to send multiple parameters, we should use ampersand after it to give the another key value pair. Suppose along with that I wanted to send zip equal to some value, and I would like to send another value. I should again give another ampersand, and I can give so even we can able to see these values over here. If I say send and we look at attributes, we can see now the query parameters are 3. If I would like to access any parameter, I just simply need to provide that specific key. So attributes dot query params dot zip. So this will give you the incoming value. So this is how we work with query parameters, and we can able to send multiple query parameters over the request, and we use attributes dot query param expression to extract the values from query parameters. That's all about this session. We will see how we can extract URI parameters from Mule event in next session. Thank you. Happy learning.